Today, let's listen to the story of Bhimashankar Jyotirling, which is enshrined in the Ghat region of Sahyadri Hills near Pune in Maharashtra. The panoramic hills, the grand architecture of the temple, and the gracefully divine atmosphere makes this a magnificent Jyotirling pilgrimage. Know more about the story of the terrible battle related to the origin of this Jyotirling. The story begins after Lord Ram had killed Ravan, the Asura king of Lanka. In those times, a powerful Rakshas, Bhima, lived on the Shaya mountains with his mother. This area is presently known as the Sahyadri range, located in Maharashtra. One day, the strong and mighty Bhima asked his mother Karkati, "O mother, who is my father and where is he? Why do you live here alone on these hills?" Karkati replied, "Son, your father was the great Kumbhakaran, the younger brother of valiant King Ravan, the ruler of Lanka. Shri Ram killed your father and his brother Ravan. Before you were born, I had a husband whose name was Virad, but he also was killed by Shri Ram." Bhima was enraged to hear the words of his mother. To him, it seemed that Shri Ram, the incarnation of Lord Vishnu, had caused his mother terrible misery and loss. Bhima thought about how he could avenge his father's death by destroying Vishnu. With such a resolution in mind, Bhima left home to start a penance that would help him achieve his goals. Bhima started a severe penance, praying to Lord Brahma. He stood on one foot, staring unblinkingly at the sun for thousands of years, till a blazing light emerged from his head that threatened to scorch the devatas. The devatas ran to Lord Brahma to avoid getting burned down and requested him to grant Bhima whatever he was asking for, so that he would stop meditating with such intensity. Lord Brahma appeared before Bhima to answer his prayers. He said, "O Bhima, I am pleased with your worship. You may ask for whatever you want." Bhima bowed down to Lord Brahma and replied, "O Lord, if you are pleased with my devotion, then give me incomparable strength." Brahma blessed him with the same and went back to his abode. With his newly gained unmatched strength, Bhima started on a destructive rampage, wreaking havoc on the world. With his indomitable strength, Bhima first conquered Indra and the other devatas and evicted them from their abode. He also won over Lord Vishnu. He then started on a quest of conquering the earth and started by attacking Sudakshana, the valiant king of Kamarupa, who was an ardent devotee of Lord Shiva. A ferocious battle ensued between Bhima and King Sudakshana, but the boon obtained from Brahma had made Bhima undefeatable. Bhima defeated King Sudakshana, took over the whole kingdom of Kamarup, and imprisoned the king in an underground dungeon. Even in the prison, King Sudakshana created a Shivalinga and started worshipping the Lord. Bhima then went on to overpower the rishis also. Then the devatas and the rishis created an earthen shivling on the banks of river Mahakosi and started praying to Lord Shiva for saving them and putting an end to the Rakshasa. Lord Shiva was pleased with their penance and said, "What wish do you have that I can fulfill?" The devatas replied, "O Supreme Lord, Bhima, the son of Kumbhakaran and Karkati, has become powerful by the boon of Lord Brahma. He is destroying Swargalok and Prithvilok, torturing us, devatas and rishis endlessly. We pray to you to destroy this evil Bhima." Lord Shiva said, "King Sudakshana is my greatest devotee. Give him a message from me and your problem will be solved. Tell him he is a dear devotee of Shiva and he must continue to pray to Lord Shiva with devotion and love. When Bhima attacks him, I will save him." Then the rishis and the devatas went to King Sudakshana and told him everything that Lord Shiva had said and returned to their abodes. Lord Shiva came with his ganas to where King Sudakshana was and started living nearby to protect him. Word reached Bhima when someone told him that the king was doing some kind of worship in the dungeon for his destruction. Enraged, Bhim drew out his powerful sword and rushed to the prison to kill Sudarshan. He burst into the prison and lunged at the Shivalinga, striking it with his sword. But the sword could not even touch the Shivalinga. Instead, Lord Shiva emerged from the linga in his mighty form and said, "I have appeared here to protect my devotee." An intense battle ensued between Lord Shiva and Bhim and the Ganas of Lord Shiva and the other Rakshasas of Bhim's army, which made the whole universe tremble. As the world tottered on the verge of complete destruction, Sid Narad appeared and there requested Lord Shiva not to prolong the battle. "O Lord, why to stab a blade of grass with a dagger? Please kill the demon soon," Narad pleaded. Lord Shiva let out a hunkar, it is the hum sound, and immediately destroyed all the Rakshasas in the world, reducing them to ashes. The flames of Lord Shiva's fury spread from forest to forest, and the ashes of the Rakshasas dispersed all over the world. With the end of the evil, the entire world was healed. The devatas and the rishis were relieved, and the crops started growing anew. The devatas and the rishis prayed to Lord Shiva to stay there forever for the benefit of mankind. Your presence here will give happiness to people. Everyone will be graced with your darshan. You will be famous as Bhimashankar, and worshipping you will grant the wishes of your devotees. Your Jyotirling will be eternally worshipped and will continue to remove the sufferings and obstacles of all people, they pleaded. Granting the request of his devotees, Lord Shiva remained there as the Bhimashankar Jyotirlinga. It is said that after the battle, the sweat from Lord Shiva's body gave rise to Bhima or Bhimarathi river that originates nearby. An interesting thing is that there is a shrine in the temple premises for Shakini and Dakini, the two Shiva Ganas who assisted Lord Shiva in the battle.